So let's save our master page. And yes, we still don't have those content regions defined. Well, that's the whole point of the master page, isn't it? So let's do that. Now that we have everything in place the way we want it, it's time to identify the parts of the page, like this content div, that we will want to be able to alter when we create new pages from this page. And we'll do that first by selecting the div, and this could be any element on the page. Now you want to right-click, and you want to manage ASP.NET content regions. If you've worked with dynamic web templates, this should look very familiar. It works essentially the same way. You can see that head content region that I mentioned at the beginning of the lesson is already listed here. That's what allows me to change styles from page to page. What I want to do now is add a new style for my content area, and I'm going to call this one main, because this is the main part of my page. And when I add it here and click close, you see it's automatically applied to the selected div. And now let's select that other div that we created for content 2. And if you're not sure it's selected, you can always use the breadcrumb trail to make sure. Come back down, right-click, manage content regions, and let's just call it content 2. Click add and close, and it's automatically applied. By the way, there is a toolbar. If you choose View, Toolbars, Master Page, you'll find a little Master Page toolbar that can just help you manage content regions and more easily access that dialog. So let's save our page. And now we're ready to create a page from this page. So all of the other pages in the site will be made from this master page. And after putting all this time into creating this, I think you'll be pleased when you see how easy it is to recreate this design from here. So let's choose File, New, and this time we want to create a new page from master. You want to browse to find that master page. You want to make sure you're in the current site, that you're getting the main page master. Open. OK. And what you've just done is create a new ASP.NET file from that master page we just created. Let's save it right away. And this is going to be our Who We Are page. So let's call it Who. And we don't want it in our CSS folder. So let's make sure we're at the main level of the website. Save. Now the first thing you have to do before you can use a page created from a master page is to select the content region where you want to work. And from this little arrow, it'll either be at the left or the right side of your content area, you have to choose Create Custom Content. What that essentially does is unlock that region of the page. Until you've selected Create Custom Content, you won't be able to add content to this area. Now the content I want to add here is in that file that I included in your lesson files, so you don't have to type all of this. I'm going to Alt-Tab and just go back to the Word file I had open earlier. But if you need to open this, you'll find both a text file and a Word file in your Lesson 2 folder. So let's just click and drag to select. I'm going to copy it, Alt-Tab to come back to Expression Web, make sure my cursor is in the right place, edit, paste text. I like normal paragraphs without line breaks. Almost always serves my needs when I'm bringing in content from Word. And now I do have one extra return there. I can just delete that extra p tag. And what you're seeing here are just margins and padding being displayed. So I'm going to select Who We Are, make that an H1 headline. And I'd say we're just about done, except one little formatting detail I notice, and an opportunity to show you one of the advantages of a master page. Let's save this, and I want to add a little bit of padding here on the right. I don't want my text to go right up to the right side of the page like this. So I'm going to go back to my master page, and I'm going to redefine my content div. Remember now, it's in an external style sheet, so don't forget where it is. Right-click, modify style, and in the box settings, let's add a little padding around the edge of that div. Click OK, And you'll see now we've got a little padding, so as we add content in there, it won't bump right up against the side of the page. And when we save this, I'm just using Control S, that will be automatically applied to our new who.asp.net page. Now, if you've used dynamic web templates, you might have been looking for that dialog that says how many pages this was going to be applied to. You won't get that message when you're working with master pages. When you make changes to a master page and save them, they're immediately applied to any pages created from the master page, and you won't get a visual reference telling you how many pages that is. The last thing I'll do, just to make this a little more interesting, is to bring an image into place here. So let me grab one of my agents. I am particularly fond of Mrs. Shimmer. So you can just click and drag that onto this page. Add a little alt text to describe your image. And now remember, we created that image right style. So if I select the image, I can just go to my Apply Styles task pane. Remember, you have to use Apply Styles to actually apply styles. Click on Image Right, and you see my image is in place. Now let's save this page, and we're finally at a place where we can preview our work and make sure that all of that came out the way we intended. Preview. I'm going to use Internet Explorer. And notice that my ASP.NET development server is automatically launching to display this page for me. And here we are, our Snug as a Bug real estate agency webpage, with all of our elements in the master page displaying just as we intended, and we're ready to continue building out this website.